What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything. Yes, you are back in the kitchen with your boy Spinelli for another easy but most important delicious recipe. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make baked salmon meatballs with a Dijon lemon sauce. These bad babies are good, I'm telling you. So I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm already in mine, so let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use for today's recipe. This is what we have: our salmon, we have some white flour, seasoned salt, some Dijon mustard, coconut oil, some heavy whipping cream, a lemon, some garlic cloves, 1 onion, an egg, and some green onions. So these are the ingredients, guys. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, guys, so I've already measured out our ingredients. Let me tell you what we have here. So right here, I have 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I have like a little bit over a pound of salmon. I cut it up in chunks, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we're gonna do with this salmon in just a minute, because you have 2 options. Right here, I have a tablespoon of flour. I have 4 garlic cloves chopped here and 6 garlic cloves chopped here. Now I'm gonna use these in different steps of the recipe. So one is for the salmon, the other one's for the sauce. Same here, I have 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1 onion chopped. I have 1/4 of a cup of chopped green onions. Right here, I have 2 tablespoons of green onions. Right here, I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Here again, like the onions and the oil, both going to be in 2 steps of the process. We're going to use them in different steps for the actual salmon and for the sauce. Right here, I have 1 lemon zest, the juice of that 1 lemon, 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt. Now, if you want to cut back, you can use 1 teaspoon, and a whole egg right here. So these are the ingredients, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what we're going to do now is start preparing our salmon. Now, you can do this 1 or 2 ways. Now, you could take your salmon chunks, and or you just salmon period, and just start chopping it up in really fine pieces. Or you could take a food processor and you could put it in there, and you could start chopping it up in there. Typically, I chop it up with a knife, but I went and bought this little small food processor to see if I can get it done with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add me a few pieces. That's why I cut it up in chunks, just to make sure that we have them real small chunks. And I'm going to see if we can get this bad baby chopped up with like this, all right? So let's go. Guys, exactly. This is exactly what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, and I'm just going to put it in a dish until I get them all of the salmon blended up. All right, so it's going to look something like this. All right, so let me do the rest of it, and I'll be right back, guys. And guys, this is what we have right here. This is our chopped salmon. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. All right, so let's start getting this show on the road and get the cooking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bring my cooktop up to temperature. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and we're gonna get this up to temperature. All right, so what we're gonna do now is start adding our onions and our garlic, and we're gonna just saute this over like a medium heat for about 3 minutes. And guys, you wanna make sure you continue to move this around. You don't want to burn your garlic. And you just want to continue to do this until it softens. And you know, it gives off that nice onion garlic fragrance that we all love. All right, guys, so it looks like we're there after 3 minutes. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn this off, and we're gonna let our onion and garlic mixture cool to around room temperature. And then we're gonna pick up right where we left off. All right, I'll be back in about 15 minutes. All right, so our onion and garlic mixture is down to temperature. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding the remaining ingredients. So we're gonna add our salmon here. And we're gonna get that kind of moved around in here like that. Just before we start adding the rest of the ingredients. Just wanna make sure we get those onions evenly placed or positioned, whatever you wanna call it, throughout our salmon mixture. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to add our egg. Pretty much do the same thing like this. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add our chives. I'm sorry, green onions. They look like chives. But if you don't have any green onions, you can use chives. That's a great substitute. While I'm speaking about it, it's a great substitute for it. There's some chives. And guys, I just want to, each individual ingredient, I'm gonna give it a mix because I wanna make sure that we get all these ingredients evenly throughout our mixture. So next we're gonna do our seasoned salt. Next we're gonna do our Dijon mustard. And now we're going to do another mix with the Dijon mustard. And guys, lastly, we're gonna add our flour. And the flour is gonna kinda hold these meatballs together. And so we're gonna mix this real well. All right, guys, this is what we have. So let's go ahead and start preparing our meatballs. All right, so guys, right here I have a greased cooking sheet right here. Now you can also lay some parchment paper down, but I don't have any parchment paper. So what I did is I just make sure I greased it real good. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take our salmon mixture and I'm gonna take a tablespoon, just like this, and just gonna put it in my hands, and I'm just gonna roll a ball out of it, just like that. And I'm just gonna sit it right here. So I'm gonna use a tablespoon, meatball like that, just gonna sit it right there. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and do all these meatballs and I'll be right back. All right, so here are all our salmon meatballs. So I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I'm gonna stick them in there for 15 to 20 minutes until our meatballs are cooked thoroughly. So let's go ahead and get them in there and I'll be right back to start making our sauce. All right, so while our salmon is cooking, we're gonna start preparing our Dijon lemon sauce. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to add our coconut oil to this pan and bring it up to temperature. Then we're gonna add our garlic and we're gonna simmer these for about 2 to 3 minutes until soften and you get that nice garlic fragrance like we like. Guys, make sure you don't burn your garlic. You don't wanna do that. So if you have to adjust your heat, feel free to do so. All right, so it looks like we're there. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to add our lemon juice. Next, our mustard. And we're gonna give this a good mix. And then we're gonna add our lemon zest. Making sure we get a good mix out of that. Then lastly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our heavy whipping cream. And guys, you wanna cook this on a medium heat until your desired thickness. That could take about maybe 5 to 7 minutes. And guys, it looks like we're there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reserve this sauce until our meatballs are done. All right, so here are our meatballs fresh out of the oven after 25 minutes. So what we're gonna do now, guys, let's take a look at that before we do anything. Take a look at these meatballs. So next thing we're gonna do is bring our sauce back into the shot. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to start adding the meatballs into our Dijon lemon sauce, just like this. All right, this is what we have, guys. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding our fresh green onions on top to give it a little color. Man, this smells and looks so good. Like that. And just to add a little bit more accent to this dish, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding some fresh sliced lemons throughout the pan, just to give it a little additional color, like this, guys. And there you have it, guys. Baked salmon meatballs. Man, this looks delicious, guys. This recipe is a must try. So guys, go ahead, the measurements and the ingredients are in the video description below because we got to get on to this quality control. So make sure you check it out. If you need any of these items, click those links and it'll take you straight to Amazon. And I appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. And until then, let's go ahead and get to this quality control because my mouth, my taste buds, and my nose are all working in unison saying, let's go. So let's go. All right, guys, so it's time for quality control. Man, look here, look here. So I still have it right here in this pan that I had it in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and scoop me a few of these babies out of here. Sit them over here. Get some of that creamy garlic sauce. I mean, that creamy Dijon mustard sauce. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna do about 5 of these things right now, man. So I added some of that Dijon mustard sauce. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got here. Man, guys, this is delicious. And you know one thing about salmon, most of the things that taste good are not good for you. And salmon tastes good. And it's good for you. Man, this is delicious. That's one of the reasons I like salmon. When it comes to fish, I'm a red snapper guy, which is my first choice of fish. And then it goes to that salmon. Absolutely delicious. So, guys, don't forget to like the video. Hit that thumbs up for me. It helps me in the YouTube algorithm. I hear you guys saying, man, you deserve more subs, you deserve more views. Well, if I do, share the video. I got 40,000 subscribers. If each one of you share this video with somebody, guess what? I have 80,000. If you shared it with 2 people, I'll have, I wasn't good at math. What would I have? I don't know, man. Would it be, I couldn't even think salmon's so good. Remember, guys, I got an Alabama education. So, until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli, all wings, everything, and I am out. Peace.